go like this. And really intro.
Now, I would like to introduce the one, the only, me.
Hey, squiddies! It's Trey from Tattoo Squid Podcast with That Love Podcast. With I'm gonna murder the name. I know it. It's Joao.
Joao.
Yes.
It's Joao and Isita.
Yeah. So because I'm like, okay, I can be able to get this down, and I'm like, I know I can do it. But welcome to the show. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me on this lovely show. Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be on your show.
Usually
Can
people
you say this is my first ever podcast interview, so it's an honor to have it with Andreas on this lovely podcast.
Please call me Squiddy. Please call me Squiddy.
Squiddy. I'll call you Squiddy. Thank you very much for having me.
Because I don't want anybody to know the real name,
Yeah, sorry, I'll call you Squiddy.
Even though it comes up on
just bleep that out, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it comes up on the Zoom chat, but I'm like, you're done, Squiddy, But anyway,
okay.
But yes, so you're in London, England.
I am in London, England on this cloudy day. It's not very cloudy, but yeah, I'm in London, England. I've just been to work, finished work, and now I'm here. Just had lunch and a nice salad. It's not real.
There you go.
Yeah, it's fine.
As they say, it's a real banger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a real proper lunch, but I do what I do. Just ready to get chatting, to be honest.
Yeah, cool. So, let's just sort of what is your podcast about?
My podcast is called That Love Podcast. It's a romance fiction podcast. We tell fictional stories, and it's played out by characters, by voice actors. Voice actors come in during the week and they play certain characters on the show. And I write all the episodes. I've written over 157 episodes on my podcast, all on my own in the last 2 years. So that's been hard work. I write every single day without fail. I'm always writing. I'm always expanding my mind. I like to read as well, which is good, which helps me come up with ideas. But on the podcast, we just tell fictional stories, romance stories mostly, but comedy drama kind of stories. And we just love to give love to people, just to show positivity in the world, to show a different character to people, and just to give something back to people that might just want something to listen to, something positive to listen to, and that's what we try and do on That Love Podcast.
All right, yeah, because I'm looking for what I was listening to a couple of days ago, like The Power of Love.
Yeah,
I was listening to that was really good. The Power of Love, and then
the first episode. Can I just say the first episode of that series has over 800 downloads so far on That Love Podcast. So it's doing very well. So I just want to thank everybody who's tuned in to that series. It's doing very, very well, and we just want to thank also the voice actors, Melanie Rose and Jake Johnston for making that podcast such a success, because they just bring their A game every single time. So I just want to thank them too.
Yeah, it's wait, hold on. What was it? The Power of Love. Actually, The Power of Love episode 3 I was listening to.
Yeah, that's the latest one.
5 minute shorts, episode 6.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still on This Is Complicated, episode 1.
Yeah.
And I finished The Power of Love, episode 2. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, folks, I try to listen to whoever I'm going to have on the show. I try to listen to as many episodes as I could, and
that's very kind. I didn't have time to listen to your podcast, but I know what you I just from speaking to you, I know what you try and do with your interview. So I'm very much excited to maybe in the future listen to your podcast more. Thank you so much for for just inviting me to this interview.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to get everybody on there. I mean, believe me, folks, I'm not famous whatsoever, so my little podcast, I just like to
It's not
interview
little.
other
I think you've got fans. I'm sure you've got fans.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I
So
got
what
fans,
is
but
it?
I'm not like I don't have like 800 downloads for like one episode. Yeah, I mean
Yeah, but
everybody.
I'm sure I'm still sure you got fans, which is
Yeah.
amazing. So you should be proud of that. You
Oh,
know.
I'm definitely proud of it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like we for the platform I use, like
Yeah.
Anchor, we call it. There's like 3,300 plays or downloads, as you call it.
Yeah.
And that one's on there, but I haven't really seen. I know I've seen like certain episodes that has more like, oh, there's 55 listens on this and in the rankings that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we could. I mean, I'm appreciative of everything, and this is like a hobby.
Yeah, no,
So
it might be a hobby now, but I think
Yeah.
in the future, the more you do, the more you work, the more you get better, it could be something very, very positive. So
I
yeah,
know that's
always be positive when it comes to your work, because you never know where it can lead you. To be honest,
exactly.
that's the mentality I always have.
Yeah, because I tried to because I was as any podcast they always you gotta try to get all the headphones, the microphones, and I'm just trying to do something like one of those lapel things that you put like
It's
the
always
mic.
just one step, one step, one step, and one step. Always
Yeah.
the next step, always the next step. And that's it's just building, you're building, you're building, and you're building. And that's how I see it with the podcast. I'm just building, I'm building. But
Yeah.
eventually, I'm going to see the bigger picture. I want to see the big picture of what I'm building. And that's really what it's about.
Once I get the podcast room, then I know that I have it. I got a little bit more bigger. So
Yeah, you know what you're gonna do in the future. You just gotta keep going towards it, And that's,
I mean,
that's it, really.
there was a place like I said, I was looking for trying to get all the instruments for podcasting and all that, and I went to this one place that sells like all the different stuff, and they have their own little podcast room that you could rent out for like $100 and something for like an hour or something.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, so what's your business?" I'm like, "It's not really a business. It's just for a hobby for fun. That's it."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, it's going to turn into a business." I'm like, I'm just doing it for fun. It's going to be. I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. I'm like, it's going to be for a business. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but I think people. I think if you surround yourself around people, they will tell you it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. You just gotta believe. You just gotta be strong. You gotta be focused. You gotta be determined, and you just gotta stay on the road. You're going somewhere. You're gonna reach it. You just gotta be focused, and you just gotta be determined.
yeah, I mean,
that's really it.
You figure after doing like maybe 100 and like 60 something episodes already, just like one season I did 100. I'm trying to do like another 100 for this season, and then I want to do a game show thing for the next season.
Yeah.
So that one you should see. We call the game show one. I think it's going to be a really kick in the pants kind of thing.
That's exciting. That's exciting. I'm sure it's going to do well as well. So,
Yeah, because I got like 20 people that already want to get onto the whole thing and be like a contestant kind of thing. So it's like a podcast versus podcast kind of elimination style.
Yeah.
So somebody loses.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, and then there's like a game which I don't have the game on me now because I have it, but I try not to put it out there so much. I'll wait until like the end part. But it's like like you describe a movie. Like I'll describe two movies, and then you got to figure out the two movies, but you got to put them in sync together. So it's like one title, but it's really weird how it goes together.
Yeah, I mean that's a good game. I mean that's a good game.
Definitely it's a good game, and it gets your mind going, and then
exactly, yeah.
So if you have like somebody like say for, if I have like game for a movie, right? For the podcast, game for a movie, and there's like 3 or 4 of them on their team, and then you got Drunk Theory on the other one. They got 3 or 4 on their team. So now it's like them versus them, and. It comes out. It's going to come out really, really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
And then there's going to be like some kind of prize, which I'm not sure what yet, but see what happens. But also, you said that you're a writer.
I am a writer. So I'm a writer. I've been writing for the last since 2011. So I'm not too sure. I think it's 10 years. 10 or 11 years. 11 years, I would say. In October. I started in October, sometime in October 2011. So writing scripts. I was trying to be a television writer. I was trying to be a television writer. The first show that actually inspired me was The Office, the UK version.
Oh, okay.
I would watch that. I would watch that with Ricky Gervais, and I would think, wow, this is just so amazing. I want to do this. I want to write this, but I just don't know. But it was so difficult at the time. But yeah, so The Office inspired me to be a writer, and for the last kind of 11 years, I've just been writing every single day, giving my all to the project. And in the last kind of, I would say, 4 to 5 years, I've kind of realized that I'm getting better, I'm getting stronger as a writer, and I'm improving every single day. But it's hard work. It's really hard work. Writing.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of patience with yourself, because most of the time you're just hitting a brick wall, because
Yeah.
you've got no one to bounce the days off with. You got no one to kind of interact with when it comes to writing. So you're just on your own, writing, and it's hard. It's really hard. But I find that it helps me a lot. I find that my mind works better once I've written. I find that I'm more positive after I've done something positive with my time. So when I've written, I feel like I've got energy. I can do something better next time. I can do a different script that's even better. And I just improve and improve each time that I do something when it comes to writing. So I love it. I absolutely love writing. And the podcast just came out of nowhere, actually, to be honest. I just felt like I needed something to do that I should got my work out there, because writing, I could write all day, but I could send the scripts to competitions, but the competitions would never kind of like give you feedback.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of instant kind of thing. I was never getting feedback. So how am I going to get feedback? How am I actually going to hear this script that I've written sound? Well, let's get voice actors to actually act out the characters that I've written. Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how my work is improving. And if I feel like it's improving big enough, then I can maybe write better scripts that can get me into competitions later on down the road. But right now, I'm just focused on audio drama, and writing for the podcast. I think it's the best thing I've ever done. I absolutely love what I do. I write, I produce, I direct. It's just the best thing I could ever do with my time, and I just absolutely love it. It's a passion. It's the only thing that wakes me up in the morning. It's the only thing that I want to do in my life, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to create something for myself that could last a long time for me. You know.
And how? When did you start doing podcasting? Actually, yeah.
The podcast actually started. I think it was 2020. Actually, it was 2020.
Right.
Just after the pandemic hit. So it was actually around April the 15th. April the 15th. I do remember. We just had an anniversary last month. Just a month ago, was the 2 year anniversary of our podcast, and so it started there. We had a lovely voice actor called Andrea Richardson, who was the first actress that we got involved in the project, and yes, so she came on board. We did a couple of episodes of a show that I wrote called Her and Me, the first chapter. And yeah, so that was really fun. That was a really fun kind of show to write.
Nice.
The voice acting has always been spectacular. I mean, all the voice actors that I've worked with have been absolutely amazing. They just bring their A game every single time. So it's always an honor and privilege to work with them. They are some of the loveliest people that I've ever worked with. And to be honest, I wouldn't be here or anywhere without the people that I worked with. They just are amazing. I just want to always thank them and always appreciate them, because they just have given me so much love and so much support with their brilliant talents and what they do. It's amazing, really.
So, what do you do for, like, say, if you're going, like, now everybody's going outside somewhat, I guess. For a person that does writing, And do you go to like I don't know? Do you go to like a coffee shop or something, or
I don't go to coffee shops. The only time I really do get out is probably to go to the cinema. I love to go to the cinema just to watch some movies, just get some inspiration and stuff like that. I
what
might
kind of
also
movies
use
do you
the
go for? What kind?
I go for superhero movies. They're probably the only things that are out there that I can watch. I wanted to actually watch the new Doctor Strange movie, which is Multiverse of Madness, whatever it's called. I actually wanted to watch that, but I'm gonna hold out on that until probably later down the road. But it's a really good movie apparently, and I watched the first one on Disney Plus, which was
Yeah,
actually very good. I must
yeah,
admit, the first one was very good, and I wanted to watch the second one, so I'm gonna probably catch that on the cinema soon. But yeah, I go for. I liked the last Spider-Man movie. That was quite good. So yeah, I like action movies. I love romance as well, as you might have noticed. I'm a romance writer for the podcast. So anything really that makes me feel something is always a positive for me. You know.
yeah. We could. So, like in the news, I don't know if you heard this or as it is. I think it was today that has been mentioned that there are going to be. Well, if you, when you're a writer, have you been like listening to like say music or something while you're doing your writing and you have your iPod?
I don't listen to music when I'm writing. I just because I just can't focus when I'm listening to other things. But I do listen to music on a daily basis. I'm more of a Led Zeppelin kind of guy, you know, old classic
Okay,
rock, you know,
nice.
Led Zeppelin. A little bit of ACDC and Rolling Stones and that kind of rock era
Nice.
music.
Do
So
you,
that's
do you
my kind of
use an
jam.
iPod?
I've got Spotify. I listen to
Oh,
Spotify. So I've got my Android phone. So every time I go out, I got my headphones, these headphones right here,
yeah.
and I just listen to my music whenever I'm out and about. But yeah, I love good music. I love positive music that makes me feel good. That's always the message that I want. I want to feel good. I want to feel like I belong in this world. So I gotta surround myself around positive atmosphere,
Yeah.
positive themes and stuff. So yeah, I always like to listen to good positive music. Yeah, but I do love Led Zeppelin. They were the first band that I actually ever listened to, the first music that I've ever listened to. I just love them. They are just brilliant. My favorite song, I should add, is "10 Years Gone." It's one of the best Led Zeppelin songs ever. I admire it. I
I,
just
I,
love
I
it.
think my girlfriend would contest to that as well because she's like, I like the old classic ones as well. I
Yeah,
listen to like like the thing, but I'm more like okay, I'm gonna listen to this because this is what gets me going. Is more like heavy metal,
yeah,
kind of like. But the reason I brought up iPods because now they're discontinuing iPods,
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So from what we known for like back in the day when I was younger, we had we
yeah.
had the records, we had the vinyl, the
Vinyl.
records, we
Yeah,
had the tapes and the
yeah,
CDs.
yeah,
And then now you had the iPods where you can put crap loads of music
yeah,
into one little box.
yeah.
And
I think it's because mobile phones have all the music that you could ever want, and I think Spotify probably killed the music business. I probably think
yeah,
because of the whole kind of way they handled um the payments of artists and the work. I think it's a bad way to do what they did. But I think yeah, I think music is always gonna go to phones. Yeah, I love music to be honest. I just do.
So, since you're on the thing about music, and I know that you want to you listen to music that has more positivity
Yeah.
and all that. I mean, like there is. Have you ever watched like reaction videos?
Um, I would watch PewDiePie videos in the past. But probably not. No, not lately.
Well, they have this one where they have reaction videos where people, go on video
Yes,
and then they
yes,
they, they, they listen to whatever people that want you to listen to.
yeah,
They have one, or actually they have numerous ones, but the ones that really got me, there's a band called Metallica
Okay.
and Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
So they did a compilation of all the reaction video people with the content, and they
Yeah.
had them all in this one compilation video,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is funny as hell. It's just like
I think that would be so cringe for someone like me. Actually, that would be so cringe. I mean, how was it? How did the people find it?
well, no, I mean they just go on there and then like people that come up and it's like they have Patreon or something. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you gotta listen to this or you guys see, like say Led Zeppelin. Like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you gotta watch Led Zeppelin the video and all that, and then
Mm.
get your reaction because there's mostly like people that don't listen to a lot of like they'll listen to like say rap or R&B or whatever or country and their own style of music that they listen
Yeah.
to for years but they never venture into other different music
Yeah.
platforms. So I
Yeah.
guess and it was pretty I'm not saying it was funny but it's pretty interesting on how they go and do that whole
Yeah, to be honest, I listen to mostly everything.
yeah.
In the music spectrum, I listen to everything. I can listen to pop, I can listen to rock, heavy rock
Yeah.
music. But I try and stay with things that kind of make me feel something
Yeah,
positive
no,
from.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Um,
But if you watch it, and it's just like when you just go say reaction, and you type in reaction videos,
mm,
and they'll show you like the compilation ones, and then
mm.
just take a look at the compilation ones. It's pretty
Yeah, I'm sure
it's
it's
pretty
funny.
fun to
Yeah,
watch, and
yeah. I might imagine
so.
so. Yeah.
But what
How
was
would you?
my other question? I always try to ask this question. I used to ask the question of who's gonna die first, Betty White or Keith Richards, but we all know what
Okay.
happened
Yeah,
with that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that one I don't even go for. But there's a question that to me, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, what is most scarier in the house? Like, but then in England, London, they call them flats, right?
Flats, yeah.
But like in a flat, which is more scarier, the attic or the basement?
Ooh, well, I don't live in. I don't have a house that has an attic or a basement. But I would probably say basement because you could always fall down the stairs. To be honest, that would scare the living hell out of me. That would actually scare the living hell out of me. But yeah, I think it's quite scary as well. When you're climbing stairs, I'm not too much of a fan of stairs. I would say, when you're climbing and you're going downstairs, the basement or up to the attic. So stairs
Yeah.
probably scare me more than anything, really, to be honest. Falling over, it scares the living hell out of me.
But also, now we're on the subject of superhero movies,
Yeah.
but any other type of different movies that you would try to
Hmm.
dabble into, or
I love Notting Hill. You might not be a fan of that because you're obviously a very kind of like man's man, but I love Notting Hill. Romance movies I love. I try to figure out other movies. I do like horror. I do watch horror movies. I watched Get Out a couple of times. I really do love that. I watched The Last Quiet Place. That was a really fun movie.
all right,
The second one was good. The first one was good as well. The second one was really good. So I try and watch other movies, but I'm very much worried. I worry because I do have nightmares if I watch certain movies. Where it's just not good for my head.
yeah.
Just the way I am. I try and stay away from certain movies just to give me a peace of mind, to be honest. But I do watch different types of movies. I can watch literally anything, but it just depends on the day, and it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I'm mentally strong, then I can watch any movie. If I'm mentally weak, then it's probably going to be bad for me later on.
You,
So,
you always got
plus
to
I
be mentally strong for a horror movie, yeah.
yeah, a horror movie is fine. A horror movie is fine. But I just find I just find if I watch something bad, then the rest of my week is probably going to be a little bit hectic. It's a bit kind
Yeah.
of weird. So I just try and be careful with what I put into my head because I'm aware that certain movies can give you negative thoughts, and I just don't want to kind of be in that kind of atmosphere with it when it comes to those kind of
Yeah.
thoughts. Really, I have suffered with mental health issues in the past. This is the
Oh,
reason
okay.
why I'm always aware of what I'm trying to put into my head and into my mouth. That's why I eat salads for lunch. So I'm just always very careful with what I put around me or what
Yeah.
I put in my head. You
Yeah,
know.
you always get like some positive surroundings, and you don't want to. I understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like I said, horror's not really for everybody. I mean,
Yeah, but
you,
horror is good. Horror is good. It depends on the horror. It depends on
yeah,
how scary it is. If it's very scary, then I probably won't watch it. But if it's in the middle, then I can probably give it a go. You know, to be
yeah,
honest. I heard there was a latest Scream video, Scream movie that came
yeah,
out. So that's probably another movie that I could potentially watch. Just give it a go, you know. But
yeah.
again, it would depend on what I'm feeling during the week and how I'm feeling mentally to watch something like that. But yeah, it's always good to watch a different movie, to be honest.
Yeah, no, awesome. We could. So then, so we got the superhero movie, we got horror movies. What kind of music? I mean, I know you
Rock,
said Led Zeppelin,
Led
AC/DC.
Zeppelin, ACDC. I love a little bit of Adele. She's a wonderful. Rap. Let's try rap music.
Okay.
I like Tupac. I'm a massive fan of Tupac. Jay-Z is always very good as well. Eminem is good as well. I love Eminem. Um, let's try a different genre. Phil Collins. I love Phil Collins. He's a good musician. Classic
Yeah.
rock is always good. Phil Collins is always amazing. Sam and Dave, always good. Classic R&B. A little bit of ooh, oh, God, mind is gone blank. Can't think of anything.
You have
I do
writer's
love.
block. You have
I
writer's
like
block.
writing block. Yeah. I do love classic R&B. Classic R&B is always good. Yeah, I love modern music, but it depends on how good the music. I've got a good taste for music. I will say that I've got a very
Yeah.
good taste for music, because I'm very much aware that music can do a lot of little good as well in this world, and I'm just always make sure I pick the very best of music, and I think I've got probably a very good taste of music. Actually,
Yeah. No,
I
you
would
do.
say.
You got like a vast array of different music. And
Yeah,
all that,
and I
so
think what happens is if you listen to different types of music, you get a greater mind, a greater sense of what music really is
yeah.
to you and to what it actually does. Because music, it makes you feel so good. It makes you feel so nice. You know, it's just a wonderful thing to have in this world. To be honest.
There is a podcast that actually deals with like. Well, actually, there's more than one podcast that I know two, maybe three. One is called Infectious Grooves.
Could you put that in a message board so I can look it up later?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, let me go and
Uh,
put that up there, and then
Was I want to look it up? Was I love these kind of things. I love these kind of podcasts because
so this one is called the podcast is called Infectious. Just don't mind the spelling.
that's fine. I'll figure it out.
Infectious Grooves. And the other one is Friday night, I believe. Hold on, I don't want to get it all wrong here because I
Yeah,
know
it's on my Spotify now. I wanna listen to it later. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, Friday. Oh,
Is
Friday
it
night.
an artist? Is it an artist?
No, but we call it Infectious Grooves. He has like his basement is a studio that he does
Okay.
like podcasts and he does
Yeah,
video.
I've got it. I've got it. I
Yeah, so he
found it.
does like stuff for different. He has like records all over the place. I think it's in Chicago. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
the other one is called. Oh, I just went sideways here. Freaky Deaky. Friday night music party.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll type that in there so you can. Friday night music party. Folks, we're just getting some good
We're
intro
just getting
music.
some really good podcasts here.
Yeah,
This
get
is
some
amazing. I
podcasts,
love
listen to
this.
some
I
music.
love this. Yeah, I'm just look for it. Music. Okay. Podcast. Yeah, I think I've got it, but I don't think I have. It's not on here. So I'm probably gonna look at that up later.
Actually, if you
Okay.
go on Twitter when you do, and then look
Yeah.
up that name, Friday Night Music Party. It'll come up. It'll say Friday Night Music Party is people. Hold on, let me get the whole. Friday Night Party is people. It's people. But it's at Barrett of the Dial.
Okay.
Maybe look for that one.
Yeah, I
At
will.
the
Yeah.
Barrett of the Dial. And he does, like, if you're on Twitch or something, or if you are, he does stuff on Twitch as well, like music.
Yeah, another person I would recommend on Twitch actually is a kid guy. I forgot his name. I don't know what his name is. Oh my god. Let me just find his name, and then I'll give you a recommendation. I can't say the word.
We'll go Friday night.
His name is Autopilot. He's on Twitch. He's a very good musician. Some of the great music that I've listened to lately is from this guy. I will put the name on a link. Autopilot on Twitch. He's amazing. Such a great musician. I'm always just like, wow, incredible. So I'll put that name for you to check out later.
Yeah, definitely.
Autopilot. He's a very good musician. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's spelled differently. I thought it was like auto, like the automobile kind of.
No, no. Yeah. He's
Auto.
got 300. He's got 300K followers. So that must tell you this guy
Oh,
knows
yeah.
his music. He's a very good musician.
I had to figure out about Twitch because I have no recollection on how. I mean, I got Twitch, but I still don't know how to do it like they do. Like they'll make a big span of it. Maybe when I have my own room to do podcasting, and I can probably try to do like a broad thing of it.
I don't know how to use it either, to be honest. I just go on there just to listen to music sometimes. But I don't really use it that much. I'm more YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms like that. But I don't really use Twitch that much, to be honest.
Yeah. No, that's cool. We could. But so tell everybody where they can find you because I know we're gonna be coming down to the time that you were talking about. Let's see.
I've still got another 15
We got
minutes.
like 11 minutes, but
Yeah, it's fine.
uh,
So you can find me on That Love Pod on Twitter. That Love Pod on Twitter. We're on Twitter. We're also on Instagram, but I don't use Instagram anymore. So we're on YouTube as well. That Love Podcast on YouTube. So check that out. We've got some videos on there. Not real kind of videos. It's just a promotion for the podcast. But yeah, we're mostly on Twitter. We just got some kind of interesting news. We've got actually 100K in Twitch impressions in the last month. So that's a lot of Twitch impressions. A lot of people seeing our tweets on That Love Pod. So yeah, we just keep promoting our podcast episodes on there, and people seem to kind of enjoy it.
yeah,
And we just hit another milestone as well. We've reached 35,000 downloads on That Love Podcast. This is because we keep promoting it on the Twitter a lot.
yeah.
So that was quite an amazing achievement. We're on the road to 50,000 downloads. So we're gonna keep pushing that. and hopefully we can get that by the end of the month. Hopefully.
All right, cool. So, yeah, pretty much. I think we're kind of like close to it. To the pretty much the end, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show,
It
and
was a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me on this lovely podcast. It's been
and
a real pleasure. Can I just ask, when will this episode come out? Just so I
it'll
know.
probably like in a month or something because I
Okay.
have like other episodes that I have prior, so I'm
Okay.
trying to do it in order.
All right.
So but unless you have like say something that is major going on,
Yeah.
like in a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever, would push it forward. Like say
Yeah.
I'll do it like this week, weekend or something coming up, and then
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I can wait. I can definitely wait. But I just want to share it with my friends. I want
yeah,
to
yeah, no
share it with my
problem.
friends so they can watch it.
Yeah, that way you can see
Was
the whole thing and you can
Yeah.
hear
I'm
it.
actually
And,
quite. I'm actually. Would it be on YouTube as well?
yeah, I mean, if you want it on
Yeah.
YouTube, we put it on YouTube.
Yeah, put it on YouTube. Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see it. I want to see my face.
yeah. Because I try to dabble. Like I don't edit,
Yeah,
but because I don't really know how to do the editing part of it. Like say
yeah,
for like YouTube,
yeah,
and my girlfriend tries to help me out with the old one, but I got this editor thing, and I'm gonna try to do it myself and
yeah,
see how it
yeah.
goes.
Try, yeah,
But yeah, we call it. So it would be probably by like next month or something. So
yeah.
you'll
Just,
see.
just, just let me know, and I will give it a like and share
Yeah,
it,
I'll tag you
and
and
yeah,
for the audio, the video, and
that
if
would be
you
amazing. Yeah,
yeah if you got a YouTube thing as well, go
yeah,
and subscribe it, and then I'll subscribe to yours, and
yeah, yeah. That'd be great. Yeah, thank you.
yeah. But folks, follow that love podcast. My man here, we call it Joao.
Wow,
Joao.
wow.
Okay, I got it now. We, from London, writer, does all the stuff. Pretty much like me. I pretty much do everything that I can try to do, and he's doing it all, folks. So, maybe he's gonna have like a book. You got a book maybe out?
No, I've got no books coming out, but I'm sure I'm gonna do something in the future.
Yeah,
But
I think
no,
you
I
should
know
do like
books.
a book, man. You're doing all this writing.
I think what probably might interest me would be sharing my scripts actually as a
Yeah.
as a PDF. I might be able to do that in the future actually. If I ever get on Patreon, I might give it as a little perk actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if you wanna subscribe to the channel to on Patreon, you can get scripts. You can get all 155 episodes of scripts. So yeah, I might do that.
Or if you want, you just go and say, "Hey, listen, any producers, directors, some like movie conglomerate that wants to
Yeah,
go and get like the scripts and all that my man here has, and you know, give him a jingle, give him a DM, and
yeah, yeah. That'd
message
be
him
great.
up and
I don't
talk.
think I don't think I'm a good enough writer to actually be signed by any big agency. But I can dream, I can
You,
wish,
you
but
never
you
know
never
these
know.
days, dude. You never
You
know.
never
Like
know.
you
You
put it
never
out there,
know.
like you were saying to me,
Yeah, I
you
would
do
work
it.
for money. I would work for money. I would work for anybody, to be honest. If they gave me the opportunity, I'm there. I'm
What
doing it.
what's the saying I heard? We call it, if you build it, they will come. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you
the
would
saying
write
actually.
it,
Yeah,
they would go and listen.
yeah, yeah.
You
That's why I
know?
keep writing. That's why I keep writing because I know there's opportunities out there for me. I just gotta keep working. Just gotta keep work
Yeah,
hard, and
and
maybe
and you
one
never
day
know. When I
the
when I
doors will
put this
open.
up
Yeah,
there, somebody might be like, "Hey, I'm gonna check this
exactly.
guy out."
Exactly. I also just I do share some of my scripts on LinkedIn. I am Joao Antonio Necito on LinkedIn. So if you want to see some of my scripts there, check it out. Check me out on LinkedIn.
Yeah, send me the link. We call it on the Twitter DM and later on, when you have
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I will send you the DM. So there's
Yeah,
some
so
scripts
then
there.
I'll
So
put that in the show notes and all that, so
yeah,
they want to check it out as well.
yeah,
So
that'll be
and
good.
then yeah, because like if you can figure out Patreon, let
I
me
can't figure
know.
it out. I can't figure it out. I can't even figure out coffee. Kofie. I
Yeah.
can't figure that out. I can't figure out Patreon. I find it kind of a struggle. This is the thing. Because I'm doing so many things, I haven't got time to kind of focus on one
Yeah.
thing. But I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm editing, I'm producing, I'm directing, I'm doing writing. It's a hard time to focus.
I
So I'm
think what
probably
we I think what we need to do is like, between me and you is like when you're doing your Patreon and I'm trying to do mine, I think we need to find somebody
yeah,
that would help us out that knows it.
yeah, yeah,
And then that
yeah,
way, because then we could figure out. Because I mean, I have it. I just
yeah,
don't know how to like do the
yeah.
tiers and all that. And
I struggle with that as well. I just struggle with everything, to be honest. I'm just one of those people that just struggles with everything. I'm just lost in this world, to be honest. I don't know what to do.
you're living life, brother. You're living
Yeah, I'm
life.
living life. Yeah.
So, but thanks again for being on the show.
It's a real pleasure to be
Eh,
on
I'll
this lovely
tag
show. Thank you
you,
so much. Thank you so much for
and
having me on this lovely show. It's been an absolute honor. And hopefully we get to do this again in the future.
let me know.
Let me know. Hey,
I'm a
if you got
message
any
away. If you
if
got something coming up,
if you want to have me on the show, just let me know. I'll be there in the shot.
hey, I got openings in June if you want.
Hey, I'm there. Let me know. Let me know.
Message me and tell me what date. And then we'll
Hey,
put you on
I'll be
again.
there. I'll be there. I'll be
Yeah.
there. It's been
All
a
right,
real
cool.
pleasure.
All right, folks. It's Saturday. Well, no, not Saturday. Today's Sunday. I got a little sun and clouds. You got more clouds.
Yeah, I got clouds.
I think
You
I'm
got a
getting your
sun.
clouds now. Uh,
Yeah.
but yes, so follow that love podcast. Also follow we call it my thing. So go to Linktree linktr.ee/ Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TATOSQUID podcast. All one word. And go buy the merch. Go look at the videos. Go listen to the episodes. I'm on every kind of whatever, Apple Podcasts, Google, whatever. Just check it out. But then when you go to the merch site, there's shirts, there's this, but I got shower curtains, folks. I got shower curtains. So
He's got them. He's got them.
that has this
You
face.
want that. You want that, people. Go and buy it. Go and buy it, please. He needs it. He needs your money. He needs that kind of stuff.
Because
Once
you
you buy
could
it,
you could have a thing of this guy,
yeah,
like as
there you
a shower curtain, or a cartoon version of this face.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't anybody want that? Come on.
And, it's kind of scary for certain people. They're like, oh my
Hey,
god,
I'm
it's like
sure
he's
it's
looking
not.
at me.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not.
It's its own little horror movie there. My friend.
No, I don't believe that one bit.
They'll walk around and like the eyes are following me. The eyes are following me. Especially when I'm in the shower. Why is he looking at me? But everybody, have a good day. It's
Thank
Sunday.
you. Bye.
Summer's coming,
Summer's
so
coming.
everybody get out there and go and do some
Enjoy
beach
yourself.
weather
Enjoy
or
life.
yeah, enjoy life and enjoy everything that's out there. Gas prices hopefully goes down.
Hopefully.
Uh,
Let's hope Russia gets defeated by Ukraine. We want Ukraine to win that war.
Yeah.
Not too much. We're not fans of Russia.
Yeah,
No one is.
I'm not fans of like politics as it is, but I'm like I'm waiting to see what happens. Yeah, I go with the flow. That is it. If something happens, something happens. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but everybody, say have a good day, and like I said that 2 or 3 times already, but gotta get going. Myself, I gotta do some stuff. You gotta do some stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to hang out, and we're gonna talk to him a little bit, in a little bit, and then get his thoughts on the show. All right, folks, take it easy.
Bye.
All right.